Hello, fams and famettes and the suchlike. Welcome back. It's your boy, and we're gonna go through some more packs. I say packs, they're not packs, but they're joblot stuff. It's confusing. Anyway, let's just get on with this nonsense. So we've got here. We've got an uncommon, another trusty and companion, Little Hyena, Hunt the Weak, Propeller Pioneer, Acrobatic Maneuver in Ireland. And I've sorted out the landscape colours now, so it looks a bit better. There's a lot of this. There was a lot of mountains and plains, but not. I think it was like two forests there. Revoke privileges, acrobatic maneuver, world fast, Ireland, a lot of islands as well. Irelands. I'm going into the bag to do this. We have revoke privileges. We have another oval chase daredevil uncommon. Nice. Takedown. Pathetic prism. It's a gremlin. And a wayward giant. A gremlin. And I just dropped cards again. I'm so terrible at this. Planes. Ooh, we have an interesting one here. We have an angel, which you know what angels are like. Wisp Weaver Angel. It's a 6 cost in white, 4/4 for 6 mana. Flying whenever it enters the battlefield, you may exile another target creature you control, then return the card to the battlefield under control. So it's a Flicker Angel. So I guess it's a 4 cost with for 2 mana also Flicker something, which is pretty okay. And I guess you can. The funny thing is it's send into the battlefield, right? So you can flicker this to flicker something else. And you might be thinking, well, why would I do that? I just flicker the flicker, the one that wants flickering. No. Because if you have an enchantment that likes you to flicker, you get an extra flicker for your flicker. If that makes any sense at all. In fact, I just had a thought. If you had 2 of these, you could infinitely flicker. You could just infinitely flicker. It's ridiculous. Oh my god, I might have to look into that as a concept now. Infinite Flicker. You have an Ambitious Aetherborn, Glint Sleeve, Artisan, and Appetite for the Unnatural. Infinite Flicker works. We've got Hunt the Weak. It's a gremlin. We have Mulfus Doorbuster, which is an uncommon. When the battlefield, get 2 energy counters for 4 mana, cost 4/2. And it attacks when I pay 1 target creature can't block this turn. It's alright, but probably not the best one that we've seen in terms of energy counters. But I guess he's in red's aggro color, so it kind of makes sense. Demolish, Tidy Conclusion. Wild Wanderer, Rush of Vitality. Pressure Point, that's a different one. This is still Kaladesh, but it's probably the first time I've seen it. Tap target creature and draw a card. Pretty good for 2 in white. Select for Inspection and another Pressure Point. Yes, we'll lose ones here. We've got a Torch Gauntlet and a Rush of Vitality and Inventor's Apprentice. That was the one. That was the essentially a 2/3 for 1 mana. That's cool. And then we have a Johnny's Presence featuring Our Boy. That might also go to the other one that we picked up earlier. Mortal Obstinacy, Oppressive Race. Wow, it's all the 1 cost white ones. And Pima Outrider, 4 cost Trap and Fabricate 1. It's a Gnelf. I still think the one that allows you to draw is better for your mana cost though. Plus it gives you +1s, like proper +1s. Thriving Ibrak, another trusty companion. That's probably a place out of those now. Revoke Privileges, Firebringer's Puzzle Knot, another Foundry's creature. We have another Oppressive Raise, Hijack, Wily Vandar. Is that like 3/1? Okay. Okay. We've got a loose Aradara Express, another vehicle, Failed Inspection and Ornamental Courage. Untapped target creature gets +1/+3 till end of turn at instant speed. It's pretty damn good. Probably good for Pauper. And this one's quite cool. We have a Wily Bandar, a Johnny's Presence. Might be a 4 of my Johnny deck, I don't know. What do you think, guys? Pima Outrider, another Aradara, and another Ornamental. We have a Weld Fast, Tezzeret's Ambition, Curio Vendor, worst card in the set, I think, Live Fast, and Thriving Rats. That's a good point. Guys, what do you think is the worst card in all of Kaladesh? In all of Kaladesh, the set? I'd really like to know. Because I have a feeling it's Curio Vendor. We have Mountain. Sparkle Creativity, uncommon, 1 cost. Choose target creature, exile top card of the library. You may have this card deal damage to that creature equal to exile card converted mana cost. If you don't, you may play that card till end of turn. It's a very strange card, this. And I used to play it in my Burning deck. Now, if you've got cards with really high mana costs for no reason, yeah, this works. You could, like, say, oh, you know, deal 5 damage to this creature. Or, I guess, if you're playing Burn, you can always go, okay, this is a card effect that will deal 5 damage to the creature anyway, and I'm basically getting it for 1 as opposed to for 5. Okay, you could argue that. But unless you're doing that as a concept and relying on that, Spark Creativity isn't that good. Because you're not running the card, if you're not running the card to deal damage, and you're only, yeah. If you got, like, creatures, you want the creatures. I suppose it gives you utility, but it's also exiling it. And in a sense, it's kind of a draw, but not really. So it's alright. It's a bit of an odd one, though. We have Thriving Rats, Glass Blowers, Puzzle Knot, and Failed Inspection. And we have another Longfin Sky Whale uncommon, Big Ass Whale. Another Best Girl, Cogweaver's Puzzle Knot. We have an uncommon Quicksmith Genius, 3 cost, Human Artificer 3/2. It's an uncommon. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Oh damn, that's really good, especially if you account for Cat Block, which added stuff with Aftermath. Free Aftermathing. And then we have Welding Sparks, which seems an interesting one. I haven't pulled any of those yet. It deals X damage to target creature where X is 3 plus the number of artifacts you control. Damn. Again, affinity for artifacts. Still a thing even to this day. Okay, we've got 9th Bridge Patrol. Era of Innovation. This is interesting. 2 cost, uncommon. Whenever an artifact or artificer enters battlefield under your control, you may pay 1. If you do, you get 2 energy counters. And you can pay 6 energy, sacrifice this card, and draw 3. Whoa. That's definitely one of the cards you want to run in that deck type. Hijack, Bastion, Mastodon, and Glassblower's Puzzle Knot. Probably a group of them now, but not a group. What's the word? Playset. We have another Aetherborn Marauder, Rush of Vitality, and Aradar Express. I'd love to know more about these Aetherborns as well. I bet they'll come back in a later set. Maybe with more tribal abilities. We have a mountain. So I need to find the mountains. A Well-Fast Monitor. Another Marauder. That must be a playset now. A Spireside Infiltrator and a Windrake. And I put those on the land because I'm stupid. I'm gonna just carefully. I've got a pile like here that's like really big now, and I'm like careful with those commons, just to avoid an embarrassing moment. Seem to be like on the last stretch now. So we have Malfunction, Nature's Panoply. You can strive to put +1/+1 counters on things. And it's a Gnemlin. It's a Gnemlin. I would run Panoply in my elf deck, but there's just better cards than it in general for +1/+1 because its strive cost is 3. We've got another Fretwork Colony, so another uncommon there. A Lawless Broker, Windrake, Fireforge's Puzzle Knot, and Fragmentize. Rush of Vitality. I guess this technically isn't, because there's lands in here, so it can't possibly be a block style stuff. We have another Mountain. We have another Jandreet Sentry, so that's another uncommon there. Spireside Infiltrator, Cow Prowler, and Fragmentize. I'm trying to get through these quick now because we're sort of at the end. We've seen most of the stuff here now. Ireland. Renegade Tactics. We have another Refurbish, which is just, as I said before, was a crazy card for me. Bridge Patrol, and a Wild Wanderer. Cathartic Reunion. There. Planes. We've got another different card. So we have Glint Crest Nest Crane, a 2-cost Bourbon uncommon, 1/3. When it enters the battlefield, you may look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal an artifact card from among them in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Interesting artifact scry, and it's a 1/3 flyer, which is kind of nice actually for 2 cost. In fact, I'd say that's pretty damn good. And we have Ferris Brand Thunderhoof, band, not brand, 5-cost Centaur, one of the first heroic cards we've seen out here so far. Whenever you cast a spell that targets it, put 2+1/+1s on it. Pretty damn good this is. Active Treason, that's from Gatecrash. I know that said something that was Gatecrash because I pulled this ages ago and I used to run it in Grow. That's the Gatecrash symbol, I'm fairly certain. And Thriving Rats, wow. I'd love to get some Gatecrash packs again, but I bet you they're expensive now. Well, at least more expensive than average. Blade Tusk Boar, it's an Intimidator, 4 costs 3/2, not bad. Welding Sparks, Best Girl, Workshop Assistant, and Aether Tradewinds. Another Whisperer Angel, nice. So that's I can do the Infinite Flicker combo then. Spireside Infiltrator, Dukara Peafowl, and a Mutant. A Mutant? Wow, to be a Mutant. It'd be a Mutant. Okay, we've got an uncommon Elegant Edgecrafter. 6-cost Elf Artificer, combat blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, and it Fabricate 2. Has Fabricate 2 even. Okay, it's good, but Steel Leaf Champion from Dominaria kind of bests this. 3 in green that has the same ability. And sure, this has Fabricate 2 to bring it up to a 5/6, but that's still 6 mana. That's a hefty cost. Yeah. You tend to say, oh, it's a 4-cost 3/4 compared to, but I don't know. Aether Tradewinds, Blast Blow Puzzle Knot, Planes, and another uncommon, which have Experimental Aviator, Flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may create 2. Oh, you do create 2 1/1 colorless Flopter tokens with Flying. 5 cost though. Oh, yeah, I saw this and I was like, again at 5 cost. If your plan in the game is to make Flopters, don't run this unless I guess unless you're running some sort of flicker bullshit. But then you'd have to have some infinite way of flickering this. Like, you'd have to have something that flickers 2 things. But it is a flicker target for free crop. I guess that might have been. I bet that's like part of the Infinite Thopters combo, not bad. Cathartic. Aviary Mechanic. I have another uncommon, which is Ballista Charger, so another vehicle. It might be the last uncommon vehicle. 5 cost, whenever it attacks, deals 1 damage to a creature or player, and it cruises for 3. And it's a 6/6. That's actually damn good. Burn stuff, I guess. And Subtle Strike, which is a card we haven't seen yet. Choose one or both. Target creature get +1/+, -1/-1 on turn, or put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Both! Just choose both! Always choose both. Especially when you have a Gneblin. And a Sage of Shalia's Charm. So, what's the best energy hurl deck to run? Gneblin. Akura Mastiff, Hound. Oh, there is Hound, so I guess it's not dog, but it's Hound. We have Visionary Augmenter, Fabricate 2, 4 cost 2. Oh yeah, this is one we saw before, which is utterly terrible. And Ireland, and an Aether Theorist. It's just a theory, a magic theory. We have a forest, so that's like what, the 3rd forest? All these sort of forests we got. Yeah, like the 3rd forest. Glimmer of Genius as well, so that's what, 3 copies of that we've got now? You couldn't get like so many playsets from packs. You couldn't get that many just by buying, like, say, 4 packs. I mean, you could get them a single, sure, but that's the easy way of doing it. That's the easy, boring way. We have Built to Smash, that's another one. Target grid, you get +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's an artifact, gains strength until end of turn. Nice. So built to smash and built to last. I feel like that could have actually been like a double card. We have Gear Shift Ace, another copy of that, an uncommon. Fragmentize. Cloaked Siren, 4-cost Flash Flyer for 4, which is a 3/2, which isn't bad for 4 mana cost, and it's Flash. Supply Line Cranes, 5-cost when enters the battlefield, put +1/+1 target creature. It's a 2/4, which could become a 3/5, so it's not that bad, but eh. And Ambitious Acer's Ooh, we have a holographic, which is Crew Fix's Insight. 3-cost, reveal top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 3 enchantment cards from among them into your hand, and the rest of the revealed cards into the graveyard. That's pretty cool. And Best Girl, and an uncommon, which is Perpetual Timepiece. You can, for 2-cost, and you can tap it to put the top 2 cards of your library to the graveyard. And you can pay 2 and exile this, shuffle any number of target cards we go into your library. That's pretty damn good. That I'm probably actually going to run in my artifact deck, just because my artifact deck draws a lot. I mean, a lot. I already run Cranial Archive in there because because the deck does mill itself. Well, it doesn't mill itself, it just goes through itself a heck of a lot. And fail inspection. And it also can, like, stall a heck ton. Riparian Tiger, Consulate Surveillance, 4 energy when you play it. Yeah, I've seen this before. Ornamental Charge, Dramatic Reversal. There we go, that's our playset. That's our playset of Dramatic Reversal. 4 copies of Dramatic Reversal. Oh, damn. Giant Spectacle, that is a Giant Spectacle. Impeccable Timing with our boy Johnny, Renegade Freighter, Glint Sleeve Artisan, Guide for Guide, 3-cost uncommon Elf Scout, 3-cost target creature you control common block creature power 2 or less this turn. That's alright, but again, you don't really need that as an issue because you should have lots of elves that all have +1/+1s and don't really care. Although it's like a side deck thing against Token Stem, I guess. And well, that's Wingsmith. And oh, we have a Sigiled Skink and a Plains. That was weird. And we're down to our last 2. Oh yeah, and we have another Riparian Tiger. Okay. We have an uncommon, which is another one we haven't seen yet. It is a it's a cat, but it's a bear. Long Tusk Cub. This one, I swear this one I saw was bullshit. So whenever it deals common after player, you get 2 energy counters, and then pay 2 to put +1/+1 on it. It won't be small forever. I heard there was a combo with Long Tusk that people hated. World Fast Monitor. Ooh, we have an uncommon, which is a dual color. Whirler Virtuoso. 3-cost in, colors for Revoldican Artificer. When it's battlefield, you get 3, and pay 3 to create a Thopter. Oh, is this Infinite Thopters? God, there must be so many Infinite Thopters. Like, there must be several ways to create Infinite Thopters, which is crazy. And I just realized, a lot of that into the battlefield effect, so if you have Flicker, that's a thing. They just get 3 energy counters. What's the best Flicker cards in Magic anyway? Because Flicker isn't a keyword, it's just a thing that we call it. Best Girl, Die Young, an uncommon detection module, so that's pretty cool. Again, that will be running the deck, if I do decide to do that. Sage of Shalaya's Charm, and a 5th Dramatic Reversal. I'm going to keep that with that because it's just a genuinely good card. Anyway, you guys, that is it for this little mini-series here. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I certainly enjoyed making these videos. And let me know in the comments below if you've stuck with us at the beginning. What do you think the best pull of the opening was? We've got a stack this big of uncommons to work with. The 1 legendary creature rare, and the 1 foil to choose from. I mean, that's like a deck's worth. That's like anti-pauper deck right there. In fact, you probably could build a deck out of just those uncommons. I'm not going to, mind you. But anyway, this is Gadget6 signing off. Thank you guys for sticking with us to the end. I'll see you fans of Famets in the next video. Bye-bye.